everybody, it's Wargamer Shawn. I'm going to be doing part 5 of the Genestealer Cults. We're going to go over formations and kind of final thoughts here. The first formation is a subterranean uprising. It is 0 to 1 Primus, 1 to 3 hybrid metamorphs, 2 to 4 units of acolyte hybrids, 0 to 3 units of appearance. So they have infiltrate special rule. They have time to rise up. All of the units in the subterranean uprising must infiltrate during deployment and set up using the cult ambush rule. When rolling on the cult ambush table, the unit in the formation rolls 2 dice instead of 1 and choose either result. Meticulous planner. If a unit in this formation has been joined by a Primus, you can roll 3 dice instead of 1 when rolling on the cult ambush table for this unit and select any one of the results. So basically it kind of gives them a better chance of getting what they want for their cult ambush rules. So not bad. Just remember you can only have 1 Primus in the in your list, but that's not, terrible to use that. The next formation is Deliverance Brood Surge. 2 to 6 units of neophyte hybrids. Each unit of neophyte hybrids must take a Goliath truck as a designated transport. Reckless fanaticism. All units of neophyte hybrids from a Deliverance Brood Surge must begin the game embarked on the Goliath trucks. The units can disembark even if their vehicle moved at cruising speed, though each model that does so must make a dangerous terrain check. Each time a vehicle from this formation suffers a crew stunned or crew shaken result, the result is ignored, though the vehicle does still lose a hull point. So it's a way to allow the vehicle to move 12 inches. It's open topped, so they can get out and make a dangerous terrain check and potentially still charge that turn, which is good. Although they're neophyte hybrids, so they're probably better at shooting. Ignoring crew stun and crew shaken is good, but remember it's a 10 all-around vehicle, so it's open top, so it's pretty easy to destroy. I think it's a neat little way to kind of get their vehicles used, because otherwise the ambush rule doesn't work. I don't think it's going to be used that often. Maybe. I don't see people having a lot of the Goliath trucks. I might make 1 model into the Goliath truck. I for sure like the heavy support one, the Goliath rock grinder. I'm not such a big fan of the truck. I'd rather use a Chimera, but I mean, it's got its pros and cons. The next formation is a Demolition Claw. It's 2 to 3 units of acolyte hybrids, 2 to 3 units of Goliath rock grinders. At least 1 model in each unit of acolyte hybrids must be equipped with a demolition charge. All Goliath rock grinders must be equipped with a cache of demolition charges, though this is upgrade cost for no points. So they get the demolition charges upgrade to their vehicles for no points, and yeah, so they get that free, although it does put them a little bit more risk for blowing themselves up or hurting themselves. Their special rules, they have Tank Hunter. Acolyte hybrids with a demolition charge can reroll the scatter dice when using a demolition charge, or a cache demolition charge when embarked on a Goliath rock grinder from this formation. Extra explosive, roll a dice each time a model throws a demolition charge whilst it's within 6 inches of a Goliath rock grinder from the same formation. On a 4 or more, the model replenishes its explosive and can throw another demolition during the battle. Once again, it's neat. And if you really want the demolition charges, it's a good way to get them on the rock grinders, because you don't have to pay 20 points, which is kind of expensive. Once again, I don't think it's that great. Brood Cycle is the next formation, and it's 1 acolyte icon ward, 3 units of acolyte hybrids, 2 units of neophyte hybrids, 1 unit of hybrid metamorphs, 1 unit of Pure Strain Genestealers, 0 to 1 units of appearance, 0 to 1 units of Goliath rock grinders. Familial Pride. Any non-vehicle unit in this formation that's within 6 inches of at least 1 other unit from this formation Adds 1 to its leadership and weapon skill. That's cool. Hold the banner high. All units in this formation have the Furious Charge special rule while they're within 24 inches of the Acolyte icon ward. In addition, the range of the icon ward's Nexus of Devotion rule will affect units from the formation within 24 inches of him instead of just 12. So it's interesting. I mean, you have to take a lot of things to get it, but it's not a terrible one. The first curse, this is the next formation. This one I think will be used quite a bit, potentially. I think it's cool. So it's 1 Patriarch and 1 unit of Pure-Stained Genestealers. However, the Pure-Stained Genestealers must contain 20 models, so you have to make it 20 models. You can't start with 5 and keep it that way. They have strange mutations. Before the game, roll a dice and apply the following results to the first curse's unit of Pure-Stained Genestealers for the duration of the game. So 1 is they have flesh hooks, so they don't suffer penalty to initiative with charging through terrain. Hardened carapaces, they got a 4+ armor save. 3, they have poisoned. 4, they have adrenal sacs, which gives them rage. Feeder tendrils has preferred enemy, and then perfect killing machine is a 6. You get to choose whichever one you want. I think this one will be used, although it is a pretty hefty price tag for 20 Genestealers. Although from the way it sounds, I read in, like, I think it was a White Dwarf where they were saying that the Genestealers for the Genestealer Cult are better because they're older and so they've got the 5-up invuln, whereas the ones from Tyranids don't because they're young. So I'm hoping that's not what's going to happen in the next Tyranid Codex. Although I'd almost honestly be happier if they just took the Tyranids out. The Genestealers out and just had them part of this codex. My opinion, kind of like what they did with the Harlequins. The next one is a Neophyte Cavalcade. It's 2 units of Neophyte hybrids, 1 Lehman Russ Squadron, 1 to 2 units of the following in any combination: Scout Sentinels or Armored Sentinels. Each unit of Neophyte hybrids must take a Chimera as a designated transport, so you have to take a Chimera. Mechanized Ambush. This formation's units of Neophyte hybrids must start the game embarked within their transports. Vehicles units in this formation have the outflank special rule. Scout Sentinels from this formation instead gain the Cult Ambush special rule. That's pretty good for the Scout Sentinels. Roll a dice each time a vehicle from this formation suffers a crew stunned or crew shaken result. On a 4+, it's ignored, although you still take the hull point. I think this formation is kind of cool. I can see using all of these things. The real tax is the Armored Sentinels or the Scout Sentinels, but the little bonus to the Scout Sentinels isn't bad. And you can keep them cheap if you want to. I kind of like this squadron. Now, they have to start the game embarked within the transport, so it means that you can't have 20 of the Neophyte hybrids because they won't fit in a Chimera. Next is the Doting Throng. This is 0 to 1 Magus, 3 to 6 of the following units in any combination: Neophyte hybrids, Acolyte hybrids. Frenzied Devotion. Units from this formation have the Zealot special rule while they're within 12 inches of a friendly Magus. Furthermore, the unit that is actually joined by the Magus can reroll fail to hit rolls in every round of combat, not just the first. That's pretty big. That's big. If the Magus targets a Neophyte hybrid or Acolyte hybrid from this formation with a Blessing, he can reroll his psychic test if failed. Once again, another good one. I think this one you'll see used. You have to take 3 to 6, but honestly, I think they're pretty good. The Brood Coven is another one. That's a Patriarch, a Magus, and a Primus. The 3 models of the Brood Coven must be deployed as a single unit. They can still join friendly units, but if one does so, all other Brood Coven models must join the same unit. Similarly, if one Brood Coven model leaves the unit, then all other Brood Coven models must also leave the unit, and they must form back into their own unit comprised of independent characters again. Coven Masters, the Brood Coven unit and any unit they join have the following special rules whilst relevant from the formation that's still alive. So the Patriarch gives it Fleet, Magus gives him Counterattack, and Primus gives him Preferred Enemy. It's not bad. It's a neat little one. You have to keep... I mean, the problem is, think about it. You're choosing a Warlord. I mean, probably from one of these guys. Potentially, you could do another character or Sergeant, but you're putting all your eggs in one basket. And so that's it's just painting a target on whatever unit they join or that unit. Because you can't have more of those guys. So you're putting all your psychic dice in one pile so they can target it. I like it, but I don't see it being used that much just because I think it could really, hurt them or hurt your army. So that's all the formations. Hopefully you've enjoyed the review I've done on Codex Genestealer Cults. I haven't done one in a while. I apologize. I gotta kind of get back in the swing of things. I really like the Genestealer Cults. I'm excited to play them. Are they going to be top tier? I don't think so. They certainly have their little sticks, and then I think people have already kind of raged about stuff. But honestly, you have to take things into context. Remember that your psychic powers are random. You can only have a max level 2 of them. So that's 4 powers plus that Primaris. So, the chances are you might not get the power that you want. And sometimes you might not want to roll on the Genestealer powers. You might want Telepathy, or Biomancy is a very solid option. I'm actually glad they gave that to them. I'm hoping they give that back to the Tyranids because they can certainly use it in their next incarnation. They were really awesome with it before they got their new codex. So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this. I'm close to 200 videos that I've done. I'm going to do a video, well, I've got a bunch of videos, but I'm going to do one next that's going to show my 30K army of what stuff I have put together before I prime and paint it, so you can kind of see what it looks like and with conversions. And then I'm going to do something different or special for the 200th video, and then I'll put some of the other videos in. I want to do something special for 200. I'm hoping to do the video or get it up tonight or tomorrow, although I unfortunately just dropped my Spartan tank on the floor and really busted it up, so I don't know if I'll get it back together to have it presentable or not, so we'll see. But thanks for tuning in, and please like or comment below if you have a comment you want to put or things that you think I should have covered. Put it below and I can talk about it if you want. Any videos or any things that you want me to cover about certain things or armies, I can do that. Just let me know below. Otherwise, take care and keep on wargaming, guys. All right, next time.
Goodbye, you sexy motherfucker.